Hey everyone, welcome to Peep. Oh yeah, I'm Akash, your host, and together we uncover the hidden. And today you are welcome to this news live reaction, and we are discussing Indian Union Budget 2017. Now, this was introduced by Mr. Arun Jaitley yesterday itself. He's our finance minister, and I think it's a wonderful budget. But I think most of you must be looking at some simplistic explanation and some key bullets around some of the areas. Now, there are 10 key focus areas that we'll be discussing around farmers, rural economy, youth, poor and underprivileged, infrastructure, financial sector, digital economy, public service, fiscal management, and tax administration. So, if you are interested, just stay here. That's coming up.
Beep Oi. Uncover the hidden.
Okay, so first, I think let's talk about personal income tax because I think that's what most of the corporate guys must be interested in, and all the businessmen as well. But this one, the major changes which have come, I think that will be best suited to the freshers who have just joined their jobs or who are just 1 or 2 years experience, and they're really not sure why they're paying tax because they're earning very less. So the first major change around that is the tax rate has been halved to 5% from 10% for those earning between 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. So I think this is very good change. I think richer people should pay more tax. The people who have just started their careers they should pay less tax, and that I think completely fair. And especially when you look at another 10% additional surcharge, which the people under the bracket of 50 a lakh to 1 crore have to pay now. I think that's completely fair. I completely agree to that. Now, apart from that, the long-term capital gains tax holding period for housing reduced to 2 years from 3 years. So, and these are three major changes, and I think applauds to that. And I think this one around black money, I think this is the best thing which I loved in the new budget because there'll be no cash transactions above rupees 3 lakh. Government will be seizing the assets of defaulters who will be fleeing country. Uh, I think it's awesome. Okay, so another interesting one. Cash donations for political funding are capped at rupees 2000 only now. Now, anything above that to be in check or via digital mode. So there are no more cash transactions. Now, many political parties like Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal kept talking about, the donations are not transparent. Now, here is a great change in the union budget itself. The cap above 2000 rupees and anything beyond that should be digital or by check. So I think that's awesome. Okay, so the next one is about corporation tax. Now we talked about the individual tax, and the change about for the freshers really. But what about the corporations? What about the bigger organizations? So MET has to stay now, but it has to be carry forwarded. The period extended to 15 years from 10 years now. The tax rate for companies with sub rupees 50 crore revenue reduced to 25% from 30%. So I think that's good because the larger companies should pay just like the richer individuals should pay more, and the people who have just started their startups or the career they should pay less. I think the same rule has applied here. So I think the sense has prevailed in this budget. So I'm quite happy about it. What about digital economy? So that's another area which I think is a key focus area, and many people would be interested in. So the two new schemes have been included in this current budget to promote BHIM app, and we all now know about it. And if you don't really look at the link below, this includes cashback scheme for merchants. Now, the hard payment option also for those who don't have mobile phones. Focus on rural and semi-urban areas. Government plans to expand financial inclusion funds. So I think that's great because I think sometimes we think that digital economy is good for the urban areas, but these I think two initiatives will definitely do a lot good for the people who are living in rural areas. Okay, talking about rural economy, we just talked about how digital economy, the changes the BHM app and Aadhaar payment would bring to the digital economy, especially in rural areas. But what about the rural economy? So there's some changes in the new budget around this as well. So irrigation fund has been hiked to 40,000 crore. That will give a good boost to the irrigation and the agriculture. And also, we as we are on our way to achieve 100%, rural electrification by May 2018. That's what finance minister has said as a target. But they have also put a farm credit fixed at rupees 10 lakh crore. So that's great. So that both the things go hand in hand. Okay, now let's look at the financial sector. Now FIPB will be scrapped. If you really don't know about FIPB, just look at the link in the description below. Now there will be a panel will be set up to study the legal framework for spot and derivative market and commodities. I think that's badly required, right? And there will be also creation of integrated public sector oil major, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, leading target which will be of about 2.44 lakh crore. Now, what about railways? Now we have seen a couple of railways accidents which have been very bad, quite hurtful, and everybody was debating what could be the reason of such poor maintenance of railway tracks. Now, what they've done is they've actually in this budget They have said that the capex and development expenditure of railways would be at 131,000 crore, and there will be 3,500 kilometer rail lines which will be commissioned. There will be dedicated pilgrimage trains which will be launched. 500 stations to be made differently able friendly. So I think that's something which in India is a big miss at this point of time. I think we don't do much and we don't create the infrastructure in a manner which is like friendly to the differently able people. So that's there. And the bio-toilets in all coaches by 2019, I think that's very, very important. Most of people like me and you, we don't want to travel by train because we don't have the hygienic facilities. I think toilets, I think would be a good move. There will be no more service charge for IRCTC booking. So you can just go there and just use your app or just go to the website and book it with no more service charge. New metro rail policy on the cards. Railways to implement end-to-end connectivity for some commodities with the help of logistic firms. So I think that's a great move. There'll be integration of our major railway network with many of these organizations which are running logistics. Okay, so now let's look at this third last key area that we really wanted to talk about today, which is infrastructure. Now, rupees 64,000 crore has been allocated for national highways, and we badly need it. I love to travel, and if I could travel from one state to another without really with good roads and with good conditions, which is risk free, I think that's great. So 64,000 crore which is being invested. I hope really, we really wish that is done well, because mostly what we see is that the amount is spent, but it's not spent well. So there'll be amendments to AAI Act to enable monetization of land resources. Rupees 2 lakh crore for transport sector. BharatNet allocation set to rupees 10,000 crore, and total infra allocation at rupees 3.96 lakh crore. Okay, so what about poor and underprivileged classes? Affordable housing to get infra status, allocation hike to rupees 184,000 crore for schemes, women and children. Plan to eradicate leprosy by 2018, TB by 2024. Now these are good moves, in the medical sector. I think if the targets have been set, I'm sure there'll be very, very good amount of investment, not in terms of money only, but also time and focus by the government, which is underway. Allocation to scheduled caste hike to rupees 52,393 crore. Now, I'm not very sure why we really want to do a lot with reservations, but let's look at the details in the link below. Now coming to our last key area, which is, I think, last but not the least, is youth energization. What are we doing for the youth? So, Innovation Fund for Secondary Education has been set up. UGC reforms, the colleges to be identified based on ranking and given on complete autonomy, and rupees 4,000 crore has been set aside for skill acquisition. So I think all in all, these are the 10 key areas that we wanted to cover. Now, if there is any area which we have missed or you want to talk about, please leave your comments, and also talk about did you like this video, was any of this information helpful for you, and don't forget to like, comment and share this video, and also subscribe if you want to see similar news reactions. At this point of time, you would be seeing a subscribe button here, so I would really encourage you to subscribe. And also here you have the cards and some of the end screens to look at, which is kind of similar stuff than this video that you can see on this channel. So till we meet next, stay healthy, be real, find peace. Cheers and goodbye.